an all-stop service to Sydenham. The next stop is Epping.
Hello Matthew, welcome to the AllAboutSydneyMetro channel. It's great to have you here today. Matthew is the owner of a head map course in the YouTube channel, which we'll be showing on the card in the top right. Subscribe. Matthew runs a YouTube channel about transport, urban planning and disability advocacy. He was also Deputy Premier in the WISE Youth Parliament Program in New South Wales. Matthew, do you want to just talk about your YouTube channel for a minute?
Yeah. Hi there. Thank you so much for having me on this channel, by the way. But yeah, sort of mainly what I do is, I do a lot of stuff about transport, including this. I also, do a lot of stuff about, history, geography, edutainment stuff, and disability advocacy as well, which are huge passions of mine.
Alright, so I'm going to ask you 6 questions today. Alright, first question is, what's your opinion on Sydney's transport system at the moment?
At the moment, so I think that since, this is sort of like me doing a State of the Union speech, the state of our transport system is, since the metro's opened up, there's been, far greater improvements in accessibility, far, greater improvements on time running and culture as well. So I can finally say that the state of our Sydney transport system is getting better. First time I've said that, which is great.
Okay, second question is, what do you think about the new Sydney Metro?
With the brand new Sydney Metro, it has been absolutely transformative for people here in Sydney. I've been observing over the past few weeks since it's opened up. We've had finally having a transport network that is fully wheelchair accessible, lifts going straight down to the platforms, and then level access boarding onto the trains. The trains being fully wheelchair accessible has been fantastic, and how much it's allowed places like here in Crow's Nest to boom and to thrive as well since the metro's opened up, and the amount of people excited to be on public transport, excited to be here, has been just absolutely fantastic. So well done to the entire team at Sydney Metro.
Yeah, I'd say that too. Okay. This question is, good. What is your favourite station on the line? Do you have one?
Yeah. Well, almost, all the stations serve their communities really well. Like here, even though that Crow's Nest is a much more smaller station compared to a lot of the other CBD stations, it serves its community really well. The Park Street entrance serving a lot of the village area, and then the Pacific Highway is serving a lot of like the St Leonard's area. It's been doing that fantastic, and every single station has done it fantastically. It's been very well designed. Serving their local communities. So my favourite is just all of them.
Okay. If you had the power to choose a new metro line, where would you put it?
Well, I think that there are definitely, some extensions that would be great, to see on this line over the next few years, including a direct line from Bankstown to Liverpool, the extension from Tallawong to Schofield, allowing people from, northern Sydney and the northwest of Sydney connecting out to the west, which is definitely the future of Sydney. And then, extensions to the Metro West, both, out west and east would be great. Extending the existing lines, and then also having more, lines just completely dodging the CBD, like one following the A3, and then, the Epping to Parramatta link is desperately needed. So that means that people can, avoid the city, and they can go out to much more different parts of Sydney as we grow, especially people going from the northeast of Sydney connecting to Parramatta, which has been a big missing link.
Yeah. Do you fix anything on Sydney's brain, including Sydney Metro, what would you do?
Well, I think that I think that with Sydney, except for Sydney Metro, a lot of Sydney's transport network has a lot of accessibility issues. We really need to more longer term. I'm not expecting for it to all be done tomorrow, but I think that having more level access boarding is needed, and a big. And what we need to be focusing on with accessibility on public transport is being able to use public transport independently and confidently. You can do it by yourself without a carer needing to help you out, and without having to rely on staff to help you out, and being able to do it confidently. Know that the accessibility systems on here won't fail on you every other day. Which I think is desperately needed.
And as all of my viewers know, this is obviously a very new channel, and I'm trying to get started up and make good content for you guys. But Matthew's had a YouTube channel for a while now, and he has a very significant popularity. And the question is, how did you start your YouTube channel, and do you have any advice?
Well, I started, back when I was very little. I've been, watching YouTube my entire life since I was a little kid. I'm like one of the first people that, basically grew up. People my age are sort of the first people that just grew up with YouTube. And, and I always wanted to, make, especially doing homeschooling, YouTube helped me out with, continuing my education. So I've always been focused on, trying to make, content that informs people and helps out people, in their daily lives, and just to help make people happy. And a great advice would be, is to listen to your community. See what works, and if it doesn't work, keep trying. Even if it takes years, like to get to the rate that I did. I started off on YouTube back in like 2015, 2016. So, so it took me, nearly 10 years to, get to the level that I'm at today. And it's only 1.3K, compared to, you complimented me very nicely, It's, it's very small compared to a lot of other communities. So you just, listen to your community and be patient. It takes time, and it takes time to learn, what works best for you. So just don't give up. It takes time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that advice, man. And thank you for coming on today. Thanks for agreeing with me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And Metro Boy.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Thanks, Paul, for that.
Thank you very much.
And thank you because I think your channel is going to be a huge success. You're doing a fantastic job with this, and I think you're going to be very successful.
Yeah, thank you, Rush.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. See you.
Hi everyone, I'm joined by Sharif from Building Beautifully, a channel all about transport, urban development and more. Sharif, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for coming
I
on.
am well, thank you.
Firstly, to begin, if you'd like to tell us a quick few things about your channel.
Yeah, no, not a problem, Jack. Thanks for having me. Yes, so I'm Sharad. I'm the creator of the YouTube channel Building Beautifully, where I discover Sydney one story at a time. I make lots of videos to do with topics like the Sydney Metro and the light rail, and even more complex topics like abandoned expressways, quirky little train stations, and I do a lot of housing content as well, like to do with the YIMBY movement.
Thanks for that, Sharif. So I'll be asking you some questions about your channel and how you basically got started with it. So the first question is, what is your favorite train line or metro line?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess my favorite line, if you include the metro, would just be the metro, of course. I think that's a bit of a boring answer because I think the metro
Yeah.
is very overpowered. Like everyone loves the metro, and It's just, like there's very little wrong with it. It's like fast, it's frequent.
Mm.
I think a more interesting answer would be I actually quite like the T8. I think it's a very underrated train line. I don't actually live anywhere near it, but every time I've been on it, I love like how it's quad track. So it means you skip all the stations between Walleye Creek and Revesby every
Mm.
single time, which I think is just makes it such a great journey. And it means you can get from Glenfield, which is in the depths of Western Sydney, all the way to the airport in like 20 minutes, which is unheard of. You can't do that by car.
Mm.
So
Okay, that's a good answer. Question two is, what is your favorite type of train or metro? So Waratah.
I like the Waratahs the most because they're just the newest. I think it's like I know a lot of people are like are suckers for like the K sets or the V sets, but I just like the Waratahs because they're just the
Yeah,
newest and they're like the most fresh. I mean the Metro's great as well, but like I think I guess in terms of sitting, I mean there's more space to sit on the Waratah, so
yeah, true.
which of course is technically bad for transit because it means that people get off slower, but it is more comfortable. So.
Yeah. Um, so if you could put a metro line or a train line anywhere, where would you want to put it, or where would you put it?
Yeah, I get asked this all the time. I think my answer has always been in some sort of north-south line. Even this earlier this week, you may have seen in the news, but basically, some people were suggesting a line from Norwest to Cogra. Well, they were suggesting a lot of lines, but that's my biggest that's the top of my wish list is a metro. Doesn't necessarily have to be Norwest to Cogra. It could be Castle Hill to Hurstville. It could be Macquarie Park to Hurstville. It could be anything. But my only requirement would be it somehow goes through Parramatta because I think like Parramatta is like that. That's the future of this city, really. It's like that's where a lot of things are going now. Decentralization, also the housing crisis means people can only afford to live west anyway. So it kind of feels like that's where things are headed. So might as well the metro definitely needs to go there. So yeah, north to Cogra would be my recommendation, absolutely. But if I was like if I could do that, I would that would be what I'd do.
Okay, this is sort of a similar question, but if you were the transport minister, what would you do with the transport network?
That is very similar. Definitely, first of all, I would build the north to Cogra line. I think my focus would definitely be on new metros, not just metros, but new metros for sure. So for example, absolutely start work on every single business case imaginable. Like we need to extend the metro from Parramatta to the new airport, like the Metro West to the new airport. We need to extend the Western Sydney Airport Metro north to Tallawong and south to Macarthur. We need to obviously build the north to Cogra Metro. We need to extend the Metro West East towards like UNSW, Zetland, Randwick, Maroubra, all of that. Like that is an app. Oh, it's your cat.
Yeah, this is just, yeah,
Oh, there you go.
I'll just,
Hello.
his name, his
Very
name
cute.
is, name is Pickles.
Pickles. Oh, that's very cute.
Um, yeah, so
There you go.
you're done with that question?
No, not yet. There's still definitely more. Yeah, so those are the metro lines I'd
Yeah.
propose. I think we need to, if I was transport minister, I know this isn't transport, it's more housing, but like I would coordinate with the housing minister to make sure we rezone all the land around every single train station. Because in my opinion, we need like um we need like really dense housing around every single station, no exception, except for like there okay, maybe a few exceptions, like not Vineyard because it floods there, but like within reason. Maybe not East Hills because it floods there as well, but like within reason where it's safe to do so,
Yeah,
where it is habitable, rezone, allow more housing.
yeah,
Enough of this. Let's have big houses next to train stations. There was nothing wrong with it before, but like times have changed, and I think now it's time to have density.
yeah,
So I would work with the housing minister, and I think finally buses because we need better buses in this city. Like they're pretty good, but especially out west, there needs to be better buses to the train station because right now it's like every half an hour you have a bus from I don't know Gregory Hills or like Narellan to Leppington Station, and
mm.
every half an hour doesn't cut it, so people just end up driving.
Well,
And
I'm
like
I'm
you
on
don't want people driving to
the
the station.
I'm on the 565 Macquarie Uni to Chatswood route, and that only runs every hour, which makes it
On the
hard
weekend or every day?
every day. Every day.
That's awful. That's
Yeah,
really bad.
so that's why I think it needs to be at least every half an hour. That would be better. But
Nah, not even. It needs to be every 15 minutes, in my opinion,
yeah, yeah.
I reckon. Yeah.
And
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's
normally all the buses are running about 16 to 20 minutes late. So
why you were late today.
yeah.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, no. So
Yeah.
I think especially for kids like you, it's like you can't drive, so you
No.
have to rely on public transport.
Yeah.
So that's why it actually lets down kids and it lets down the elderly as well who don't tend to drive as much. So better buses because not everyone lives next to a train station.
Yeah.
So and my plan would be make sure more people live next to train stations, but at the end of the day, not everyone does already. So you need to fix that with buses.
Mm.
But
Um,
yeah, that's my plan.
yeah, it's a good plan. Um,
Thank you.
what made you start your YouTube channel? And did you have an inspiration or a passion?
Oh, okay. Yeah. What made me start it? I've just always liked transport and urban planning. I'm sure you can find this on my channel. I've said it like so many times, but like, yeah, I just really I've always liked roads. I got into trains when I was a bit older. So like most of the people I know are already like they're in year 8, like you, or they're already super into trains. I didn't actually get into trains until like year 12 or like first year uni. Took me a while to get into trains, but once I did, I think it was quite a novelty for me. I didn't catch the train much growing up, unlike most people. Like most of my viewers, I mean, not most people, but like
Yeah.
unlike most of my viewers, I didn't catch the train growing up. So I think it was more of a novelty to me, which made it more fascinating for me.
Yeah.
I liked playing the game City Skylines, which made me more fascinated. They were like, I think there's like a million different inspirations, like
Yeah.
trains, City Skylines, going to Singapore a lot, and seeing how great it is there. And just also, I like public speaking, which I think is one I don't really mention as much, which is that I really like to talk pretty much. So I like creating things. I like public speaking. So it's kind of like YouTube is just kind of a logical progression. It was like,
Mm.
I have all these things I love and I like talking. So I might as well combine them kind of. Inspiration wise, I had quite a few inspirations. There was I'm trying to remember. I don't think there was any one direct inspiration though. I think like I was kind of combining a bit of Jay Foreman with a bit of Jeff Marshall with a bit of Jago Hazard with a bit of RM Transit with a bit of not really not just Spikes as much, maybe a little bit, not much. With a bit of like I don't know, there were quite a few inspirations, but I actually think overall maybe my channel's no, I don't think there's any one biggest inspiration. I think I've been inspired by Philip Malice as well. Philip Malice definitely. Um, but yeah, no, that definitely there's some really great YouTube channels out there, and I think I've kind of tried to learn from every single one pretty much. But yeah, no, that's what made me start it, and here we are still going. Although it's been 2 months since my last video, Nim. But you follow me on Kofi, so you know like I have got some planned. I just haven't had time.
So, this is basically a question I'm asking to you, but do you have any advice for a transport YouTuber, basically like me, who's
Yeah.
starting out?
No, that's totally fair. Let me check. So how many subscribers do you have already right now?
From
Where
today, I don't have a lot actually, because I'm just only starting out and I've only posted one video. I currently have 14, and I believe I have 30 on Instagram.
let me just find the channel. What's one of your videos called? Because
Sydney
I want to actually
Metro,
look at it as well.
Sydney Metro opening day. You can
I
also
hear
just
you.
type in
All
at
about. Oh, there it is. All about Sydney. I found it. Yeah. I see you only have one video. That's why. Yeah. I think my advice for someone starting out, first of all, I think that like, of course, it's completely up to you. You can ignore my advice, but I think all of the name All About Sydney Metro restricts you in the sense that you can only really make videos about Sydney Metro, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So that's something. I find a lot of YouTubers in Sydney tend to like transport YouTubers like to give themselves like very specific names. Like they'll be like Waratah Transit or TSETS Transport or All About Sydney Metro, which is fine. But I think if this is my advice, if you want to grow, like of course you can do whatever you want. Like if you want to, just post vlogs and stuff, that's fine. But like if you want to stand out, like having a name that's a bit more like distinct usually helps. Again, like I think All About Sydney Metro would still be fine. Like if
yeah.
you want to mainly do Sydney Metro.
I might
But it's sometimes good to.
actually hold
Sorry,
on.
what did you say? You cut out for a moment.
Yes, I did. My AirPods are not in the case, and it's puffing in between the two. Um, what was I? No, Figgles, that's not for you. You can't eat my AirPods. Sorry. Uh, Yeah, I was actually planning on changing it, but I haven't figured out on a name yet. And
No, 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 that's fair.
obviously name change is a pretty big thing on YouTube and Instagram. Because
It is, but you want to do it early when you have only 14 subscribers. Like
yeah,
when you have like 2,000, that's like it's a bit late.
yeah,
Again, like you don't have to. Like I think
no,
it's
yeah,
honestly not that bad. It's a pretty good name. It is a good name. It just means that you pretty much can only make content about Sydney Metro. So I'm just thinking big
yeah,
picture. Um, like like what else? Uh, that's like one tip, but it's like because you want to try and distinguish yourself. Good thumbnails as well is really important because
yeah,
like trying to have like a really established format is very important. Regular uploads as well. You don't have to upload like every day.
I know,
And that's
yeah,
another thing. I find quality is much more important than quantity.
yeah, that's
You'll
true.
see like the channel, what's it called? Sydney Transport Vlogs. I think is STV, right? What's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
name? I can't
SUV,
remember.
Sydney trains.
Paul? Is it
Yeah,
Paul? Is that
no,
Paul or Phil? Or that's Phil, isn't it?
it's Phil. It's Phil from SUV.
Yeah.
He releases a video basically every day.
Yeah. So his channel is like really good. He's like doing very
Yeah,
well. But like you'll also notice like 32,000 subscribers, but he's uploaded like 3,500 videos. So
yeah,
he's uploaded a lot of videos. Whereas I've got like 45,000 subscribers, but I've only uploaded 123 videos. So
yeah,
that's not to say like all I'm saying is sometimes like you can upload a lot and you will get lots of subscribers, but it can also be easier to just upload a bit less, but
yeah,
then like make them really nice, really polished videos. Again,
yeah,
like you find your niche. Everyone's different. If you want to do vlogs, like that's perfectly good as well. And like you would still get lots of views.
yeah. I know
Um,
you are starting out. Sorry, I know you are starting to release. I believe TikToks or like Reels.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's also something you could do.
yeah,
Is that something you're interested in?
yeah. I could do that. I see that you've just started it. Actually.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while, but like recently I started like I filmed like quite a lot all at once, and then
Yeah,
I've been releasing them slowly. So
yeah.
yeah, that's up to you. TikTok's
Like,
good because like more people use TikTok.
yeah.
Actually, I'm sure at your school everyone's using TikTok. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah.
Everyone
Um,
uses TikTok. I feel like people don't use YouTube as much anymore. So
People are actually starting to go to TikTok now because of the government's push on all the social media companies. Because Instagram is now like when I go onto my Instagram, I'll get a hold on, let me try to find it. Jacket Kill 2024. Yeah, so I have to send a request to keep my account public now. Um, obviously that's if you
that's weird.
obviously that's if you put your real age in. It's all the
Ah, you put your
social.
real age in.
Yeah,
Right, I see. That's good of you.
yeah. So I just need to get that fixed actually.
To be
Um,
honest with you, like I think kids now do use social media a lot. Like I didn't have any social
yeah,
media at your age, which is fine. Like I think it
yeah.
was a different time, but like
No,
kids
we're
definitely use social media a lot more.
Generation Alpha and Generation Z.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you would be Generation Alpha, wouldn't you? That's
No,
crazy.
no, I'd be Z. I think I'm
Are you? Well, what year are you born?
2010.
I think
So
you might be on the cusp. Yeah, you actually would be,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Like
I
right on the border. Because
yeah,
I
I'm
think
happy
you would
with
be Gen Z
that.
though, I think. I
Yeah,
think so. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think that's Gen Z. Yeah,
yeah.
anyway, sorry. We'll
That's
go
fine.
back to the tips though.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, those are my tips, like quality over quantity. Although again, like you can do quantity as well, but I find quality is more it's healthier as well. Like rather than uploading every day is exhausting, just uploading every now and then is really good. Um, don't be disheartened when your videos don't do well at first. Because when
yeah.
it's hard to believe now, but like I did the Lanco Valley Expressway videos, but when I only had like 300 subscribers, and it
Mm.
only got like 200 views in 2 weeks. 200, which is like, it's not that bad even, but like it can be disheartening because I spent a long
Yeah,
time on it.
yeah,
But then, like, once you get to 1,000 subscribers, then what happens is people then go back to your old videos and they start watching it. Like
yeah.
now, my Lanco Valley Espresso video has 55,000 views.
Because my first video only had 122 views, and that was
Yeah,
after um, plugging it on Instagram, on TikTok, getting people at school to watch it, and all that type of thing. So yeah,
yeah. So it's really about patience more than
yeah.
anything. I think. Like, is there a particular topic you want to make videos about as well?
Um, It's mainly just Sydney Metro.
Yes, Judy.
I think Sydney Metro is a big thing for me, including I'm one of the transport enthusiasts who likes like PIDs, like PIDS,
Right.
all
Yeah.
that type of
Fair
thing,
enough.
software, trains themselves, the lines, that all that type of thing. I'm probably going to be pretty broad.
So as I was saying, yeah, it's important to like kind of find your voice and find your niche. Like, okay, so Tate Set in Melbourne, he likes to do logistics, right? Like, oh, where do train tracks go? Like, how could we rearrange Caulfield Station? I feel like Malik likes to do history, right? He does like lots of history videos about Melbourne. Like, I feel like that's his really strong suit. Transport vlog, like that's Paul. Obviously, he does like he goes to stations and he like explains what's going on in the construction, you know? So he's like very much future projects. And then of course me, I think I'm a bit more all over the place, but I tend to like kind of look
Hmm.
at the intersection between like urban planning and transport, I reckon.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know. It's harder, it's always hardest to describe yourself, I think.
yeah,
But you see that City Moose as well, like he does transport videos all over the world. Like he does like mainly Australia though, like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. He does lots of stuff. So it's like good to find your own niche.
yeah,
I think is important. Like find what you like to do. Have scripts as well because some YouTubers I
yeah,
know yeah, it's good to like have a script because viewers can tell when you don't have a script and it kind of seems a bit more um again, it depends on the type of video. If it's a vlog, you don't need a script. But if it's like a scripted video where you're analyzing something, you should have a script.
yeah.
But yeah, no.
Yeah. Just give me a cut. Um, yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And for the time. Um, Thanks for watching the video, guys. It was a pleasure to interview Sheriff. Pleasure to interview. You can see Sheriff's YouTube and link tree in the description below and in a information card on the right. If you don't know who he is, but yeah, that's
Great.
it.
Great. And yeah, make sure to subscribe and subscribe to Jack as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I know it was really rough. I know my editing is still really rough, but it means a lot to everyone who clicked on this video. So thank you. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment what you liked about it. Have a great day. Thank you.